Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Zia. I welcome you in my lecture 5. So, in this lecture, we would be talking about data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. So, four things we would be talking about: data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. Let's talk about data. What is data? Data is raw symbols. Data are pieces of information that represent the qualitative or quantitative attributes of a variable or set of variables. Data simply exists and it has no significance beyond this existence in and of itself. What does it mean? It means that it can exist in any form, usable or not usable. It's up to the researcher whether you are able to use it for some purpose or you are not able to use it. It does not have meaning of itself. Data, if we define data, so we can say that data are unprocessed facts and figures without any added interpretations or analysis. The example of a data can be the price of crude oil is $80 per barrel or whatever the rate in the market. So that can be the example of data. If any example comes in your mind, I would tell you it's my request to pause this video and comment below. So what are different examples coming in your mind, please? Okay, now let's move to information. Information is data that has been given meaning by way of relational connection. Okay. This meaning can be useful but does not have to be. Generally speaking, the concept of information is closely related to the notions of these. These are the notions that can be replaced or can be used in place of information: constraint, communication, control, data form, instructions, knowledge, meaning, mental stimulus, pattern, perception, and representation. These are the different words which are used in research books in different places. So, if we talk about information, we say that information is data that has been interpreted so that it has meaning for the user. So, what we say here that information is useful data for the researcher. So, data that are processed to be useful, provided or it provides answers to these four questions: who, what, where, and when. If you find out these four questions, who, what, where, and when, it means you are getting the information. So let me give you an example. What could be the example of information? Let's follow the same example which I mentioned in data. The price of crude oil has risen from $70 to $80 per barrel. It gives meaning to the data and so is said to be information to someone who tracks oil prices. In this way, the data is converted or data are converted into information. Okay, let's move towards the third aspect, that is knowledge. What is knowledge? Knowledge is a combination of information, experience, and insight that may benefit the individual or the organization. An example of knowledge could be by following the same example which I gave you in data and information. When crude oil prices go up by $10 per barrel, it's likely that petrol prices will rise by 20 pence per liter is considered as knowledge. Means the understanding, the underpinning of the process or the procedure. Application of data and information answers how questions which was not answered in data or information. So the question which is having how aspect would be answered in knowledge. So, how we can define knowledge? The definition of knowledge is that knowledge is the appropriate collection of information such that its intent is to be useful. That's the definition, what I say about knowledge. All right, so let's move towards the fourth and the last aspect, that is called wisdom. When I talk about wisdom, what comes in your mind? Please hold or pause the video and comment below. Let me see what comes in your mind about wisdom. Okay, so wisdom is considered as wisdom embodies more of an understanding of fundamental principles embodied within the knowledge that are essential or essentially the basis for knowledge being what it is. If I follow the example of that crude oil, so what would be the wisdom? The crude oil price increased. That can be the example of wisdom. If I explain that, what does it mean? It means that all the explanation, all the underlying rules and regulations, or the natural phenomena going on in the market is understood, and it is understood by the listener and understood by the speaker. So we today talked about data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. All these four aspects are considered important in research methodology. My name is Dr. Zia. I thank you very much for patient hearing and listening. If you like it, please subscribe, press the subscribe button, click the like button, and share with your fellows. Maybe it could facilitate some of the students and faculty members. I thank you very much. See you in next lecture.